Hi guys. First of all, warm welcome to the three of you. Four of us have decided to meet after a long time, and that's only a very good thing. So, first of all, let me start the most important thing. Let's get the taboo out. What about India's performance? How do you all see India performing in the World Cup, and what about the current scenario? Are you satisfied with the way the team is performing, or do you think it's just a preparatory phase going on? Let's give them some time for the World Cup, or do you seriously feel we are going wrong at some place and we need to rectify if at all we expect something to happen good for us during the T20 World Cup? So I start with Manoj Bhai. You give your opinion, Mr. Manoj Srivastav, and then we can pass the baton and all of us can talk about it.
Definitely, I think the performance is not up to the mark. As we will compare with Australia, they will have the home advantage there. I don't think so. The performance is quite up to the mark. They are over dependent on Bumrah right now when it comes to bowling attack. Like our prime bowlers, be it Yuzvendra Chahal or be it Harshal Patel or be it Bhuvneshwar Kumar, they have to be in the playing 11 in the final 11 of T20 World Cup there, but they are going very very costly. And when it comes to Bumrah, if you see the stats of last 2 years, you will realize India has played 23 T20I internationals and Bumrah has played only two out of them. So just by playing IPL and going to the World Cup doesn't make you win that World Cup. With that logic, Australia have great players who have performed very well in Big Bash, but they are leaving them aside and they are giving those players chances who are performing in international level. And there could be a high possibility that either Pat Cummins will have to sit out, and they will take that tough call out. Another problem India is facing right now is they don't have a left-handed batsman in top five or top six when it until Akshar Patel comes into bat. Rishabh Pant doesn't have a place in 11 right now with a combination Rohit Sharma is playing. So I think they are missing that particular trick. And obviously we don't have to discuss about the exclusions from T20 World Cup, but still I will name a player. He's Mohammad Shami. I guess leaving him out is a very, very big loss for India in any format. He's a prime wicket taker for India, and I think in Australian conditions he could be very lethal. But then we don't have to name him. So I'm not completely satisfactory with the performance right now, I guess.
That's a very good analysis, especially what you said about Shami and the left-handed batting unit. I completely agree with you. Mr. Akshat said, how do you feel India performing in the World Cup, and what do you think is going wrong for us currently? Or you are okay with whatever experiments are going on?
So if I start, I think before Asia Cup, India was going pretty good. They were performing good in England. They won the series in West Indies. Come the Asia Cup, the first two matches, India won. But somehow in the match versus Pakistan, we got to see that India have their shortcomings. In batting, the top three all go with the same approach, either all attacking or all conservative. There is no particular batsman in the top three who says, I will bat till the 20th over and around me all others will be hitting. So that is one area of concern that I'm seeing. And in the next Super 4 matches, we saw against Pakistan and against Sri Lanka that even after scoring 180 odd runs in both the matches, we lost because we could not defend and somehow we were not getting those wickets in the middle overs. I think middle overs has been a huge concern. Uh, None of the spinners is taking wickets, and it's just that if Hardik Pandya gets a good pacey wicket, he will bowl some bouncers and we can get some wickets. So that is the only thing I can see how we can take wickets in middle overs. And coming to the death overs, it's just that India is waiting. Bumrah will come. He will bowl 3 overs in the death, and that's how we will solve the problem. We are not seeing that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is not going good at the death. Neither is Harshal Patel. And also, we are relying on Harshal Patel and Bumrah for the death overs where both of them are just coming out of the injury, and even Bumrah is still not 100% fit to play the match. That's what Rohit Sharma said. So I'm not sure where the whole Indian unit is going as a team. And also, lastly, I thought Rohit Sharma is a better captain in T20s than Virat Kohli, but somehow I don't know what this management is thinking. Every time in press conference, they say that we are learning from these losses, but it's like the World Cup is just round the corner and you are still learning. When will this learning stop? And when will this experimentation stop? So that is my analysis on this one.
Very right. Very correct. Very correct. I agree with almost all the points that you have said. Salil Upadhyay ji, what do you have to say about India's chances in T20 World Cup and the current scenario?
Sir, with the way they are performing right now, the chances seem to be very meager for me. And as Manoj and Akshat rightly pointed out, that the problem area with us is the bowling right now. The batting has done well up till now, but the problem area is bowling. Whereas we are over dependent on Bumrah, who is unavailable and not fit right now. Chahal has been very expensive in the recent times we have seen, be it Asia Cup or be it in the first match against Australia. और कुलदीप की भी availability नहीं है अभी. I don't know what are the reasons. Maybe he is injured. And I don't understand the experimentations right now when the World Cup is around the corner. It's like the government's Rozgar Yojana that is going on. भाई जो अवेलेबल है उसे ले आओ, उसे खिला के देख लो, अच्छा खेलता है. Where is Arshdeep right now? He performed really well in the death overs in the Asia Cup. Where is he right now? He's not playing these matches against Australia. So Shami needs to be there if we need a good bowling attack in Australia. We need Bumrah there. We need Chahal in form back. And I haven't seen Harshal performing that well in the recent past as well. I've seen him many a times that he has given away a lot of runs with his pacey deliveries or the slower deliveries, because he's very quick to pick up with his slower ones. If the pitch is sticky, he will get off that day, but otherwise he has been very expensive. So I believe if there is no improvement in the bowling department, we are not gonna be lasting long in Australia.
So we are all on the same page as far as India's performance currently is concerned. It's substandard to say the least. And also somehow the bowling is not performing as a unit. I will also point out to a few things which I find, which I'll just add on to a few points with you all. First of all, I'll go for the top three again. He was absolutely right, Akshat, when he said that they all follow the same approach. They are more bothered about answering the critics currently. Let's play an inning or a tournament and answer the critics rather than performing as a unit. Because if Rahul, Rohit, and Virat perform the way I have been seeing them perform in last 2 or 3 years, we have absolutely no chance. We have absolutely no chance. We need somebody like Sanju Samson or Ishan Kishan, or for that matter, let's not go into players who are not selected. Let's stick to the players who are selected, because we can't change the selection now. So even now, if Rishabh Pant has to play, I'll take a gamble and I'll open the innings with him. Send him, give him a free license. You have everything with you, go, blast out. And tell Rahul to sit for a match or so, or anybody can sit for that matter. Because it's T20. When a David Warner or a Steve Smith has a chance of sitting out, or a Pat Cummins has a chance of sitting out for a world champion team, even we should take such risks. But if these three perform the way they have been doing, I don't see any chance. The most important player for me is Hardik Pandya, followed by Suryakumar Yadav. Imagine the pressure they are under right now. Neither they are sure about the performances of people ahead of them, nor they are sure of the people who have performed before them. So they are under tremendous pressure, and they can crumble under pressure. Let me tell you, they can crumble under pressure. Spin bowling, which usually wins you a cup, apart from 2007 World Cup, we know how important spin bowling has been, is into shatters right now. Akshay bowled well yesterday. But as far as Yuzvendra Chahal is concerned, he's probably into his worst form. And I don't see him playing all the matches if he continues like this. I feel there might be a chance that Ravichandran Ashwin and Akshar Patel might be playing, which will be a horrible thing for India. If a leg spinner does not perform in Australia and if he does not play in Australia, again it's a very bad thing. It's something because with which we cannot recover. Some people have also said that there are short boundaries and there's a very good chance that these catches will be long boundaries. So there's a very good chance that these catches will be taken in Australia. Let me tell you, in T20s, they shorten the boundaries. It's not the test matches that are happening. There will be short boundaries in Australia also, not as short, but it's still short. So I don't agree with the fact that in short, longer boundaries, they'll get wickets. They won't. Harshal, Bhuvneshwar, both of them cannot play together. They are so similar in terms of their bowling, and even Hardik on his days. So three of with no variety will not fetch you anything. Arshdeep has to play. Arshdeep has to play irrespective of how he performs. Harshal has to sit out, and Bhuvneshwar has to be used properly. Unfortunately, we haven't used a few good players properly. We haven't used Dinesh Karthik properly. Dinesh Karthik finisher does not mean that he has to step out only in the 19th over. 13th or 14th is ideal, man. 6-7 overs. He will set for 2-3 overs and then he'll blast the way out. Similarly, Arshdeep has to be used. He has to constantly and consistently bowl in the death overs. Even when Bumrah comes back, Bumrah and Arshdeep can take that duty, and Bhuvneshwar has to finish off in a spell. Because Bhuvneshwar is performing really well with the new ball, but in the old ball, he's forgotten his Yorkers and he's not that good anymore. But with new ball, he's very good. So he has to be used properly. And I think we have missed a major trick by not taking Ravi Bishnoi in the team. I think we have missed a very big trick. He might not have the leg spins, but the way he has been performing recently, he could have got you some major wickets because we lack a wicket taker. So I'm also not very impressed with India's performance right now. But again, T20 is a game of confidence, and maybe a victory or so can change the fortunes. So that's where we stand. Coming to the selection issues, I'll start first. I feel I'm not going to say who should have been there and who should not have been there. I'll just stick to one player, and that is Mohammad Shami. I'll not talk about anybody else. I'll just stick to Mohammad Shami. Anywhere else, and I would have said it's okay, don't take Mohammad Shami. But in Australia, I would have taken it. Bouncy track, hard tracks, flat tracks, he would have given you wickets, something that you're lacking right now. I would have brought Bhuvneshwar for Shami, and I would have taken Shami in the team. But since he's not there, my second choice would have been Deepak Chahar. I don't know why Deepak Chahar is not in the team. Deepak Chahar is again a wicket taker. You are lacking wicket takers, so take them. Kuldeep, what wrong Kuldeep has done? I'm still unable to understand what wrong Kuldeep has done. If long boundaries are a thing, it would have been even better for Kuldeep, na? But anyways, selection is not in our hands. Coming to the second point today, and I would like your opinions also. Which is your favorite team for the World Cup this year, the T20 World Cup, and why? So I'll start with Manoj Srivastava first. Which is your favorite team and why?
I think favorites for the World Cup is Australia, as per me. First of all, they are having home advantage. Plus, they have got a very good side, really a good side. And most important thing is they play as a team. They know what to do, and and in what matches, if somebody, a big player, has to sit out, they take that harsh decision. They don't go with the same combination. They are doing it since very long time. At one stage when Ricky Ponting wasn't performing, he was dropped. He was dropped despite the achievements he had in his career. So I think Australia's are definitely favorites. I would say the second team that are favorites as per me is New Zealand. England right now has got a few big blows. Johnny Bairstow was the biggest one of them all. And their bowling is not that good as per me because of the injuries that their bowlers are facing. So I think Australia are sheer favorite for me, followed by New Zealand. Since they are in the same pool, still two teams can qualify. In T20s are always underdogs. Even if they are not performing, there could be a day that during 2016 World Cup, 2020 World Cup, just before the World Cup, West Indies team wasn't performing very good. They were getting even clean sweeps in the series. But I think West Indies still has an outside chance. I will say Australia followed by New Zealand.
It's a very interesting thing that you have said. West Indies has a chance. So the same question for Akshat said to you as well. Which is your favorite team, and which team do you think can be an underdog in this tournament, a dark horse?
Okay, so as Manoj Bhai said, I think Australia is undebatable. It's currently the best team out there in T20s because if you see the top 11, if I form my top 11 according to the 15 selected, Aaron Finch, David Warner. At number 3, we'll have Mitchell Marsh. Even if they won't play Steve Smith, they will have Glenn Maxwell at 4. At 5, they will have Marcus
Nice.
Stoinis. They will have Matthew Wade. They have plenty of options out there. And if they want, they can stretch their batting with Stark and Cummins at 8 and 9. So they have
Mm.
Cummins probably we all know he hit a 15 ball 15 IPL. So it's pretty good. I think bowling also good at depth with Stoinis bowling this Yorkers and slower balls. They have Mitchell Stark. And with Zampa, they have a good leg spinner who can take wickets and be also
And the
economical.
number one and the number one bowler Hazelwood also.
Correct. So Australia is pretty much settled. And coming to the underdogs team, I still think that will be South Africa. They have good pace bowling attack, which will work in Australia. They have Tabaresh Shamsi, who does not perform in Asia, but is very good in outside the Asian subcontinent. He can flight those balls and he can use those faster flippers also, and he can get those wickets in middle overs. And
Very true.
they have very good batsmen in Aiden Markram for middle order. I think he will be the one South Africa will be looking. And I think
Even
South
Teacock
Africa,
and Jaleman Malan and all, they can wander to
they
see.
are
You
openers.
forgot Tim David from Australia. You forgot Tim David from
Yes,
Australia.
Team
He can
David is
be a
also
big
there
game
for,
changer.
yeah. So
Oh, he
even
can be a
in
big game
Australia,
changer,
if you
especially
see
for
in
Burnie.
top 7, they have 4
No place
proper
for switch.
all-rounders who can bowl.
Yes, big point. Big point. Absolutely. So,
So
what do you have to
Australia
say?
and South Africa.
Very true. So, what do you have to say, Salinjit? Your favorite team and the dark horse, which you think can cause a lot of upsets?
Even for me, the reigning champions are still the contenders for the World Cup this time around because they have all the bases covered. As both the gentlemen said, that they have the batting, they have the all-rounders, and they have the bowlers who can bat really well. As we have seen, Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark is no mug with the bat. Adam Zampa can hang around if required. So, and even Adam Zampa is a very good spinner in T20 eyes, as we have seen.
Yes, very
And
nice.
in Australia, his control is really good. So I think Australia will be the team to beat this time. And for me, underdogs, I feel will be West Indies. They have the
Nice.
they have the players who on their day can blast any team off, and yeah, we don't know what can happen if they win the final as well, and
Yes,
just
yes, yes. Anything is possible with them.
surprise everyone.
See, as far
Just
as
a,
my opinion is
sir,
concerned, again, yeah.
sir, just a sec. I would like to actually change my opinion. South Africa will be the second favorite team to qualify.
Yes, of course. They can.
Underdogs will be the Indian team.
Oh my God, you have just taken my intake. I was about to say the same thing. I was about to say the same thing. That for me, but see, we are all on the same page as far as the favorite team is concerned. Australia, hands down, and I think there was a time when Australia was way heads and shoulders above the other teams. In T20 cricket, currently the scenario is again the same. It might not be the same in ODI cricket. It might not be the same in Test cricket also. But in T20 cricket, they are far ahead of others. With Cameron Green and Steve Smith not finding a place in the team, you can understand what this team is about to do to others because they have roles defined for people. Last World Cup, people were surprised why is English not playing? Why is Kerry not in the team? Why is Matthew Wade playing? But Matthew Wade showed in the semi-final why he was there in the team. Exactly that is why we are carrying Dinesh Karthik also. And Dinesh Karthik with just one failure, the tabloids is full of why Karthik is playing and why not Pant is playing. That should not happen. If you've given somebody a role, an experienced person a role, stick to him. A finisher will fail twice and will finish off the match once, but that one match will be very crucial for you. So we have to, not everybody can be MS Dhoni that they finish off 90% of the matches they have to. But then there are some good players that can finish off. So that's why I rate Australia very high. Anytime they play, they are my favorite team. Anywhere. So this time also Australia has absolutely no competition in my views. And if nothing untoward happens, I see them undefeated in the tour. So that's my opinion. As far as underdogs is concerned, you have just taken my point. India and Pakistan both are my underdogs. See, Pakistan again has not gone very well as far as selection is concerned for me. For me, I'm a little upset with their middle order. I'm also not very happy that they're not having Imad Wasim in their team. Even if they had Nawaz, Imad should have been there in the team. And I'm particularly annoyed with the way they have selected their middle order. But they have a chance. Because they have a brilliant bowling attack. But they are again something like West Indies. They can crumble anytime. Similarly for India, why I say dark horse, India should have been favorites. But unfortunately, they are underdogs. They should go there thinking that there is nothing to lose. And that's when I feel my top three can perform. And if those top three perform, the mood changes. Yeah, Yuzvendra Chahal becomes a wicket-taking bowler. Bhuvneshwar performs well. If Rohit, Virat and Rahul perform somehow, the way they have been doing. And they should again set goals for themselves. They should set goals for themselves and they should play accordingly. So maybe Surya is in the form of his life. Surya is probably the best batsman right now. But I have India as my underdogs if the top three can perform. If they don't, I don't see them qualifying for the knockouts. Coming to the third topic today that I wanted to discuss, we all saw the semi-finals. Not the semi-finals, sorry. The match against Sri Lanka where we were knocked out when we lost that. And the last ball, you remember, Rishabh Pant missed the run out and the ball went. Then in the last match, I saw Dinesh Karthik not asking for a review in the clear-cut LBW. I'm not complaining. I have seen enough cricket to understand that these are mere mistakes that can happen with anybody. But those were the times when I missed the favorite player of four of us. What was there in that man that these mistakes are not happening? Why and suddenly such mistakes are happening more often? Mind you, I love Rishabh Pant and Dinesh Karthik when they are performing. But somehow, why has MS Dhoni become so irreplaceable? So I would like to take Manoj Bhai's views first. Why do you think MS Dhoni is a gap that will never be fulfilled?
When it comes to MS Dhoni, most of us often refer MS Dhoni as he's having a Midas touch. He has something like he will give Ishant Sharma last over and then he will win you the match. He will give Jogendra Sharma last over. He will win you the match. I would disagree that he is having that Midas touch. I think the quality that he had is how to bring the best out of a player. He takes that 11 out in the field. I think at the time of MS Dhoni, India was not having that lethal bowling attack that India has right now, be it any format. But when they go on the field, we even expected things from Parvinder Ravana, even we expected things from Ashok Dinda, we even expected things from Umesh Yadav or Varun Aaron. Right now, if they go in our 11, we would be like, no, they can't do that. We have better options. But MS Dhoni had that quality of bringing the best out of any player. He knew Rohit Sharma can open. He can play the cuts and pulls very well. Right now, he is one of the best white ball openers. Not having that good touch, I would agree. Beat Jadeja. People say that because of Jadeja, 2009 World Cup was gone. But then Jadeja proved his worth in every department. I think this is the major thing. Not being a captain, he can still give suggestions from behind the stumps to the bowlers that were very, very valuable. He knew that what this bowler can bowl, where he can trap the batsman. This is the major thing. Then obviously the fans he has for the DRS, that is unmatchable. I haven't seen anywhere in the cricket. I don't think so any keeper can come close to that. That is, I think, something that you can call it as a God gift.
Ravi Shastri that he said that in the commentary box also. He got so overwhelmed that he said, that's where I miss Dhoni. Yeah.
I don't know that how a wicketkeeper can do that. That is absolutely because Dinesh Karthik not taking a call on that review. I think a normal wicket keeper would have done that. But
could not. Yeah, same. The reaction of Dinesh Karthik is something that 90% of keepers would have done. There was nothing wrong with that. But that man had something different.
But yeah, absolutely. That is That is something he has. And about
True.
that run out that Rishabh Pant missed, just before that, there was a mistumping of Dasun Shanaka when he came to bat. He
Yeah.
was at 0. Yuzvendra Chahal's over. I think that was crucial too because Shanaka stood at the end. He scored very, very important runs at the end. And Pakistan being underdog, I am completely satisfied with that thing that Pakistan doesn't have a very good middle order right now. But one thing Pakistan has, they always play their hearts out. If you
Yeah.
see that Afghanistan match where Naseem Shah was only playing his second T20 international and he's able to hit 2 sixes chasing 120, where I don't think so any other players would have cleared the fence twice. But
But
they always do
Manoj
that.
bhai, I would like to stop you here, and I would just like to add something. I see that spirit, or that you can say that
Definitely.
zeal in Pakistan when they are playing against either Afghanistan or India. But to have that zeal continuously throughout the tournament is something that is lacking in Pakistan. That is something I feel.
Definitely,
That
yeah.
same Pakistan
That's
team
true.
was not the same team against Sri Lanka in the finals. So I
Definitely.
feel I feel they can best be underdogs. They can cause a few upsets. I don't see them winning the tournament, but
Yeah, same here.
I can hope that if India performs out of their skills, they might have a chance. That's how I feel.
Yeah, on the papers, I think India is currently ahead of
Better off
Pakistan.
them. Better off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
What do you have to
But-
say? What do you? Yeah. Please go. Please go.
But I think, yes, India has an upper hand when it comes to Pakistan. But with the current form, I don't see India qualifying in the Super 4.
So who do you think is winning between India and Pakistan in that match?
No, definitely.
I remember
India.
last time.
I won't say that
last time you-
India will lose.
Last
against
time you
Pakistan.
told me that I don't see India winning, and as
This
soon
time we
as
will.
the match ended, I called you up. So I don't want that to happen. This
No,
time
no,
at
no,
least.
no. This time we will win for sure. This time we will.
Chalo, that's good. So what do you have to say, Akshat bhai, about this MS Dhoni factor?
See, he had that quality in him. He was a natural leader, to be honest, and he knew how to handle his resources. Simple. Let's think. MS Dhoni in his captaincy would not have given Bhuvneshwar Kumar that 19th over, or if he would have
Never.
given, and Bhuvneshwar wouldn't have performed in, let's say, in the Pakistan match, he wouldn't have given him in the Sri Lankan match for sure. He knew where he will fit the best. He bowls Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Deepak Chahar on trot for 4 overs. Straight away 4 over spell, take 4 wickets and get out.
And just
That's
go.
it.
Yeah. Very true. Very
Done,
true.
done and dusted.
Absolutely
If one bowler takes 4 wickets in power play, like Bhuvneshwar Kumar did
Brother,
against
he gives
Afghanistan.
less than 6 runs per over, and takes 2 wickets. He has done his job.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah. True. Very
So that is what I think MS Dhoni brings to the table. He sets the template, and MS Dhoni never chops and changes. Like what we are seeing in the recent past, I think it wouldn't have happened if MS Dhoni was captain. If he would have stick to a particular team, I think I remember in 2015, Rohit Sharma was injured before the World Cup in England series, and Ambati Rayudu was given the chance, and Ambati Rayudu did fairly good. And MS Dhoni straight away in the press conference said that my top 12 are decided. I just need to pick
That's
out the
true.
three.
Again, Australian mentality, the winning mentality.
Exactly. So even now, if I think, just 2 series back, Prashit Krishna was playing, Mohammad Siraj was playing. Uh, Even Ravi Shastri, when he was coach, he said that in 2021 World Cup, T20 World Cup, we missed T Natarajan. He performed well in 2022 IPL. He's
Yeah,
nowhere to
yeah.
be seen. Where is T Natarajan? I don't know. Somehow Arshdeep Singh comes up. Somehow Umran Malik gets 2 games. Somehow this, somehow that. Everything is cluttered. But if MS Dhoni would have been captain, I think the top
We would have
15
stuck
would
to
have
our
selected
particular-
themselves way ahead. I think in the
Oh.
England series itself, we would have got the team that this is the top 15 that will be playing. So I think
Remember
continuity.
how he used Munaf Patel? Remember how he used Munaf Patel in 2011 World Cup? He just told Munaf Patel, you have to bowl here. And Munaf Patel just agreed to him. And
Yes,
he followed
exactly.
the path shown by MS Dhoni.
Even-
That was
even-
something.
Even in 2007 T20 World Cup, He was pretty
Yeah.
sure whom to bowl where. I think Srishant and
I mean, it
RP
was a
Singh opened.
huge step. Yes, and
Huh,
Irfan Pathan bowled first change, the most
exactly.
genuine swing bowler bowling after power play, and it worked. It worked
It
because we had
worked.
realized by then that Irfan is not the same bowler. Irfan won't swing, but he can be a very handy all-rounder. That is what he had to realize, and that
Exactly.
happened.
And he used to also take punts. I think opening the batting with Yusuf Pathan in final, or let's say
Oh,
promoting
chance.
Rohit Sharma to opening, or let's say
True, true,
in
true.
even 2011 World Cup, playing Yusuf Pathan ahead of Suresh Raina was a gamble, but
Oh,
he
very
did
much.
it.
And he
So,
realized it backfired and he immediately
huh,
corrected it. So,
correct.
and Rana batted at 7. Australia match, you remember Australians were almost
Yes.
celebrating when they got Dhoni out, and then arrived Rana and Yuvraj showed that we have a depth.
So I
So
think that is
very
what
true. Dhoni
we brought
was
to the table,
out of the world, out of the
and
world.
see about his wicket keeping. We all know those fast hands that he used to have. He was unorthodox, but he was the most
Ah,
effective
brilliant,
wicket
brilliant,
keeper we have ever seen.
brilliant.
And he had that, even a sense of game where exactly the game is placed,
Most
whether we are
importantly, yes,
winning,
yes. He was a street
whether,
smart player.
yeah. So that is what he brought to the table. And now, if he's not there, let's forget and let's hope Dinesh Karthik and Rishabh Pant becomes what
Very much,
50% of MS Dhoni. That's it.
especially MS Dinesh Karthik, because I don't think Dinesh is playing after this. So
Yes, yes, for
for
sure. For
me,
sure. This is the last time.
this is one tournament where I want Dinesh Karthik to get his due. Man has served Indian cricket a lot. Anyways, now coming to Salil ji, what do you think? What was special about MS Dhoni that we are missing today?
MS Dhoni was. Mm, I don't have words to actually elaborate on how special he was, but in this current scenario, I would say that he had that game awareness. He had that presence of mind, and I would say that thinking of surprising the opponents with doing something unorthodox. In some games, he would give Raina 10 overs in a 50-over match, or in a 20-over match, he would give Raina 4 overs. In other match, we won't see him bowling. He knew how the pitch is performing, and he used to give bowlers those opportunities. Yes, he backed everyone, and he had that thing in him that he knew how to take out the best of anyone from anyone. So rest all have been covered by Manoj and Akshat.
He's not somebody who comes in practicals or in manuals. He's somebody who was very street smart with his batting, with his bowling. With his batting, with his captaincy. But one thing that is so underrated about MS Dhoni is his wide ball keeping. Wide ball wicket keeping, nobody talks about it. People will not agree with me, but I think he is the best wide ball wicket keeper that I've seen in cricket. Everybody, you include everybody, but in wide ball cricket, it's just not the technique, it's the street smartness. He'll spread his right leg and stop a single. He'll quietly keep quiet so that Jimmy Neesham leaves the crease and then he can run him out rather than throwing in the other end. The way he ran out George Bailey in one of the matches in between India and Australia, the man was an excellent keeper, and that's why I raised this point. Rishabh Pant missing that run out. Doesn't it remind you of the match between India and Bangladesh when Hardik Pandya was bowling the final over? Remember the last ball, he took off his gloves
Yes.
before the ball was bowled. So somehow I think that street smartness is something that MS had, and people are not realizing that because of his match finishing abilities, because of his batting, because of his captaincy, we forgot that we have lost a huge wicket keeper after his retirement. So maybe a Rishabh Pant or a Dinesh Karthik fulfills this job this time, and we win the World Cup as well. Now coming to my last point, and quickly I'll take a word from you all about this. Do you think ODI World Cup is coming? Do you think one-day internationals are here to stay, or we are seeing the end of ODIs? I would like to take your opinion quickly. Manoj bhai, first of all, you just a quick
No, I
opinion.
don't think so. ODI cricket is coming to an end. Yeah, T20 cricket is gaining a lot of importance nowadays, but I don't think so. ODI cricket is going anywhere. It has, I agree, to degraded to a different level, but I don't think so. That's an end of ODI cricket. I still love ODI cricket the most. More than T20, I
That's
love
true,
ODI
that's true.
cricket and I love watching.
ODI World Cup is my favorite event.
Definitely.
Akshat, what do you think about ODIs? Are they there to
think-
stay?
Yes, ODIs will stay. But if the all the leagues that are coming up, if they don't cramp up the space, then ODIs will stay. But I think we will see more of ODIs after this World Cup because 2023 India World Cup is coming. So after in that time we will see more of ODIs than T20s, and we can have more discussions on ODIs then.
In cover it up, yeah.
Yes.
True. Salilji, what do you think about ODIs? Are they there to stay or we are seeing the end of it?
Even I believe ODIs are there to stay. It's just the T20s are being enjoyed by the youngsters a lot. Seeing these leagues, and the World Cup is around the corner, so we are seeing every team playing T20 matches. Even I believe that after the World Cup, there will be all ODIs everywhere.
Hope so. I feel what the authorities have done is that in order to refine the test matches and in order to get their entry into Olympics and all, what we have done is we have given too much of importance to test matches so that they don't die, and we have given too much importance to T20 so that they don't die, and we forgot the most important and the most loved format, that is the 50 over World Cup. We did nothing for it. But I do know that once the T20 World Cup ends, the 50 over time will come, and a 50 over World Cup is still the most loved tournament in the world because that's the World Cup. TT World Cup is not the real World Cup. We all know that. So I hope ODIs stay because they are the thing because of which cricket became so popular in India. So let's not forget that ODI World Cups are the things because of which we love cricket, and they should stay. ODI should stay. So I'll wrap up this conversation now, and let's keep meeting regularly. It was such an enjoyable session talking to the four of you. I missed a few of my friends today, but it was a very enjoyable session. Let's meet often and let's discuss a few more stuff. Thank you so much. Good night.